sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
No, I'm really sorry. I'm not.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
You are listening to No Apologies Necessary on 100.5 FM CFRO Co-op Radio. We broadcast from the heart of Vancouver on the downtown east side on the ancestral and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. Today, though, we are broadcasting from Kennan's studio at a safe distance apart.
This is a little unusual, but we're having a good time. My name is Kennan, if you couldn't tell.
And I'm Jenna Dangerface.
And I guess everybody's face is somewhat dangerous, but she is actually Jenna Dangerface.
The one and only.
The one and only. Yeah, we're going to be doing something we started last week on the show. I think continuing a bit of a theme because there are no shows going on.
Yeah.
I mean, some on some living rooms and stuff, which is cool. We're going to be playing all live performances today, though, of concerts from Vancouver and around Canada, doing what we do every week and playing the best in local and Canadian music.
Yeah, and we are going to be talking about some virus do's and don'ts and having a laugh and, you know, talking about serious things, but also trying not to give in to the fear-mongering that's going on, because you got to take it serious, but, you know, being anxious actually isn't good for your immune system.
And I know anxiety increases as we're no longer able to make out upon greeting people.
That's how I say hello.
I know, right? And now I can't do that. It's really stressful.
I mean, we're all cooped up. We're all going a little crazy, but hopefully we can help you feel a little bit less alone today and be some of the voices in your head.
Yeah, as we are every week, this is No Apologies Necessary on CFRO 100.5 FM, and we got a brand new track from Shirley Gnome to kick off the show.
From Shirley Gnome's bedroom, I think, actually from her house. She recently recorded this. She has a new album out as well called Decoxification, and yeah, this song is called Corona Vibes. What Kennan, are some Corona Vibes do's and don'ts?
Don't freak out at other people. Just try and be respectful, because everybody's probably stressing a bit, and, you know, be respectful. That'd be the first one. The second one I would say would be to make sure that you give all of the money from healthcare to the oil sector.
Yeah.
That's definitely the next thing in your calm. No, definitely do that. In your calm panic. Just take all the money from healthcare and give it to the oil sector.
Well, you're wrapped safely in your TP mummy suit that you have with only your eyes showing. Yeah, give all your money to the oil companies.
Yes. So that was the first do. The second do that I had on my list was to wrap myself in toilet paper head to toe.
Yeah, the mummy suit.
That was supposedly the safest thing, but then I realized I live in a very flammable house, and I was like, this may not be as great as I thought.
This is why the show is informative. We're debunking myths here.
Debunking myths.
You know, if you live close to fire, maybe the toilet paper suit is not for you.
If you're listening from the States, the most important thing that you can do is not listen to anything your president says.
Oh, yeah.
That's an actual don't. Don't listen to that guy saying, like, drink bleach and stuff or whatever, drinking stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, a virus-free set of insides is no good if you're dead from bleach consumption.
And remember to have lots of fun at your mass religious gatherings for the next few weeks. That's definitely something that we should be focusing on.
Protesting the virus in large groups.
Because Jesus came back on Easter?
I don't know enough about...
I don't know anything about it.
And blow bubbles full of your breath because they're magical, they're beautiful, and they can throw the virus anywhere.
Anywhere. All right, this is Shirley Gnome with Corona Vibes.
At her own do's and don'ts.
No apologies necessary.
Quarantined, feeling fine. Finally, I have some time to think about how I feel inside. Like how we're all fucked and we're all gonna die. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. We're all gonna die. I assumed there was a reason to spaghetti. I took what's left on the shelf cause there was barely any. I have so much spaghetti. I don't even like spaghetti. But I'll be eating it till autumn. I'm not part of the problem. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. I wear a mask. Just in case. I spray with saline. Just in case. I wear rubber gloves. Just in case. I bathe in chlorine. Just in case. I attend mass prayer. Just in case. I'm being racist. Just in case. I murdered my neighbors. Just in case. I'm drinking bleach. Just in case. Corona vibes. Just in case. Most people are doing great, learning new ways to master skills, mobilizing in positive ways, being kind while they have to wait. But they will die, and they'll die soon, with unwiped asses and a lack of spaghetti. It must be true. My Auntie Karen posted it on Facebook. Are you scared already? Corona vibes. Corona vibes. Feeling corona vibes. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. Corona vibes. Corona vibes.
Springfielders are advised to stay tuned for more information if they experience any of the following symptoms: mild thirst, occasional hunger, tiredness at night.
Gotta get a juicer, gotta drink juice, lose weight, won't get chest pain from answering the phone anymore.
Ready? What? You thought the beat would drop, right? We underneath the moonlight, popping on a big spike, trying to get right. We just paper set a night, let us hang through the valley, let the village know you're feeling it. I hear them speaking back, so I offered up a cigarette. I let the brains bounce, then I let them out. The mob's in the building, baby. Have you had a vision yet? Yes, sir. I've been popping with the trees and dancing with the waves, cool like the summer breeze. On the coast with the most life, so I goes all night. Cause life is short like Moses. Peace, pipe, and rotation, and your medication. So I crunch and hail on occasion. Cause once you go brown, dog, you never reach town. Reservation, persuasion for all my relations. So it's in our DNA. Really? Really? Yeah, that's what my people say. All uppercase when the neighbors making noise, complaints. Turn down for what? Well, John boys. And we matter more than ever when you're feeling held down. No, it comes with something better, man. The way can feel the press and we can use it as a weapon. When the world is out to get us, man, we'll use it on forever. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put my name up in the boy, stay humble. The name will stay forever ready. You don't know how it feels to be me, Tom Petty boy. So forget about your worries and strife for me. Just look at old Mother Nature's recipes. Bear with me, this the bare necessities. We stay the name from the 1-7 to the infinity. Cause feelings come and feelings go. You will grow, you matter. The disconnect is perfected in the disrespect, but we can change those patterns. Yes. In these trying times, be kind to self to ease your mind and to help you find your way. Mama matter. I guess that's what we're trying to say. Even if you feel like you have no options, let's keep inside. There's peace inside. Take the pieces, you need to keep the peace alive. Go be asleep inside. Find peace, the find point that finds me. All battle, see the grind, trees blind, the way the sky's green. From over forward, yeah, reminds me of bad steps. Feel the G double OD, hey, how are ya? Never get low to the floor with the warrior. Cause we shine light like the light between the stars. Yeah, just living in the moment, nothing else is important. We finna take it higher, do it big, Oscar Mayer. If you ain't think the vibe, you a liar. Had a honey tell me that she only live once. I'm like, shit, girl, you preaching to the choir. Pretty girl, preach. I'm the brown skin Jesus, but I got it from the beach. I'm a light skin head up the sunshine. You catch up and sleep in the winter time. Get thrown like judo, throw it up like a free throw. How my name is Pops. Have you met my alter ego? And he's better than a priest. Holier than Toledo with preaching. Stupid as a figure of speed. That's a bad mother. Shut your mouth, boy, yeah. My niggas in the house, showing up, boy, yeah. Mac Dre in the Bay, yeah. I'm feeling myself. It's adventures of an AA. Don't worry, man, though. Let you finish, but I'ma get mine first. Cause the universe was telling me we're about to go berserk. Give a damn about you, let's get down with the village when the northern lights bounce. We're boogie like a real. Go figure, let's get lost tonight. In a midsummer night, dream Shakespeare like. Now my soul is in the sky, spirits high. Who am I to tell you how to make the time pass by? Just live life. Don't you blame it on the sunshine, huh? Don't you blame it on the moonlight, huh? If you wanna blame low key, well, you can blame it on the M. of my DNA. Why? When the kids look lit, there's a party in the sky. I can dance with the spirits, mama taught me how to fly. Hey, the moon by haiku, dance with the devil with an eagle-eye view. From the rest to the cool, I can't help it if I groove in the loose and I'm waving like the Northern Lights struck, baby. Just say the name and we're there. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, if it ain't lit, throw up the deuce later. Lean on my name, it'll take you to the summit. To feel the Northern Lights in your stomach. I feel my cousin's energy is running through my veins. I feel my ancestors, no pain, Earth child. Tell me this is sacred. I'm on a vision quest, I got a picture to be painted. Now I'm feeling jaded. Created in the lights, Mobb bounce in the house, getting down with Mother Nature. Yo, we be mobbing in tune with the land like an avatar. Monster, chief rocker, hey, drum knockers, and the spirits watch us. Who can stop us? Amazing, power comes from unity. When we form together, now we might evolve communities. With powwow vibing, wildin' in the wild, and I've been this way since the Snotty knows West Child. Hooked out, you can take me out the bed, you can't take the words out of me. Out of me, hey, full moon in the sky tonight. On this native land, I stand on guard for thee. Hey, I feel the spirits of the night in my body and soul. Lo and behold, all like glitters they go. Where the land is cold enough to call my own. We the boys from the north, and you know this.
We allow northern light, born in the foreign heights, never standing still, exploring the night. Expanding beyond gravity, dancing our skills, like spirits in the dark, dancing in the hills. Ancestors are real. The hype in the room and this venue, let the light blend through like northern lights. They within you. Let us be through. That's what we've been through. Got the DJ behind us at the mic of the rooms. Never been as how he knows the flows. The place is a river mental. We can see the ocean from our window. The ocean from our window. The ocean from our
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We're here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think...
NBC, you are here to listen and not speak. I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is...
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but
Wow.
Got a wooden saddle on my mule, and I'm riding through that crow's nest pass. Got a wooden saddle on my mule, and I'm riding through that crow's nest pass. I would have made it out to Fernie if I hadn't got them splinters in my ass. Hee-haw. I'm gonna find me a pretty little mama. I'm gonna take her right on a honky-tonkin' street. Woo-wee. That's right, I'll find me a pretty little mama. I'm gonna take her right on a honky-tonkin' street. But when I found that pretty little mama, she said she don't know what honky-tonkin' means. Either way, I watched the sun come up, then I heard the rainstorm rolling down. I watched that big bright sun roll up, then I heard the rainstorm rolling down. After I watched the sun come up, well, I couldn't say it, dog.
You stayed in a 5-star hotel in every single place you went. Money spent. Got a wooden saddle on my mule and I'm riding through that crow's nest pass. Got a wooden saddle on my mule and I'm riding through that crow's nest pass. I would have made it out to Fernie if I hadn't got them splinters in my ass.
Positive emotion, executive action, psychotic commotion, and overreaction. Negative thoughts, putting your bed, medical logic, you'd be better off dead. Gorillas and the gorillas, living in an urban zoo. Gorillas and the gorillas, find a way from the end. Charges and on the run, exposure to midnight, the bells and guns, red rocks are funny, shedding 19, people are nothing, but I'm slaughtered, gorillas and the gorillas, living in an urban zoo, gorillas and the gorillas. Find a way from the end, you! Get him up here! The mysteries of world, the love of night. Cruel on the corner, if nobody's looking. Watch over your shoulder, look up for what's cooking. Gorillas and the gorillas, living in an urban zoo. Gorillas and the gorillas, find a way from the end, you! Yeah!
Found out some time ago that if you take a whole group of really super bad dudes and hang them in together, they'll make some music whether or not somebody else thought it was hip or not. It'd be okay. You dig? Somebody's got to start it.
Hey everybody, we're back. It's no apology necessary.
Yeah, we're back again. And we heard from Shirley Gnome, and we heard from...
a bunch of super bad dudes.
A bunch of super bad dudes.
We heard from Shirley Gnome. We heard from Boots and the Hoots there with that last track. Subhumans with the last track, and then Boots and the Hoots right before them. And we also heard from Mobb Bounce, Snotty Nose Res Kids on a special live joint track of Northern Lights at the Koksilah Music Festival. Shout out to the Koksilah Fest. We had them on to promote the going on there earlier last year at this point, but it was a real treat to have them on and a really good festival.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of the festivals aren't happening this year, unfortunately, but there are still ways for us to stay in touch and stay together. There are definitely lots of weird new online platforms to connect to music, and a lot of folks are putting live stream shows online. Please support artists during this time. A lot of us rely on gigging and touring alone, and I've said this before, but yeah, we sound better when we can eat and we have somewhere to live.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing, like for a lot of folks, myself included. I make my living as a sound engineer and drummer, upright bassist. Usually playing music for groups of larger than 5 or 10 people or whatever I find is the most lucrative. But it's a little challenging. I'm fortunate in my situation. I'm able to have other
sources of income
and things to do. And there are lots of programs out there that people should look into, even if you're self-employed or unemployed or underemployed. There are lots of things out there to help folks out, because there isn't any work right now. Folks that need to support, definitely go check out those supports. It's pretty important to make sure that you get some of that, because as I've talked about on the show before, they're going to be making sure they get some of that to the private sector and the corporations, whether we like it or not. And we need to get some to the people. So get yours.
Absolutely. There's also the Facebook group COVID-19 coming together. There's lots of great people in there. You can shout out whatever it is you need, and it's been amazing how people have been supporting each other. The other thing that's been really amazing is hearing at 7 o'clock people shouting and screaming and hitting pots and pans. And the other day, I heard a whole bunch of church bells, and it was my favorite reason to ever hear them. So support your frontline workers. Scream and shout at 7 p.m.
Definitely. And just bash on something. And it's also a good excuse to scream and shout if you've been cooped up in the house, right?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Gotta break free.
And on the topic of those church bells, we got a few tunes coming up here for maybe the spiritually inclined, perhaps not necessarily the religiously inclined, or just the open mind inclined.
There we go.
Yeah. This is Jackie Treehorn coming at you.
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus.
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus.
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus.
He's as good to God as you'll ever know, 'cause he can help you. And God, I don't know, he's as good to God as you'll ever know, 'cause he can help you. And God, I don't know.
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus.
Why don't you pay homage to what you see instead of the image of some unknown being? Why don't you pay homage to what you see instead of the image of some unknown being?
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus.
Why put the green on the dollar bill when your friend should be there instead? Why put the green on the dollar bill when your friend should be there instead? He even looks what we got, wearing a big thick beard, drinking a long cloud. He even looks what we got, wearing a big thick beard, drinking a long cloud. You don't have to be a genius to understand. That's not for God. It's for your hand. You don't have to be a genius to understand. That's not for God. It's for your hand.
Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. Paint a pretty picture of your friend and call him God or even Jesus. much Jesus, not enough whiskey, all you ever had to say. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, only thing on your mind. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, so don't go sitting around crying. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, ran all of your friends away. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, all you ever had to say. Jesus told you a long time ago, pick up your cross and follow me. And you ask yourself, what went wrong? It's right there in the song, singing too much Jesus, not enough whiskey. Ran all of your friends away. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, all you ever have to say. You've been walking this road for a real long time, trying to keep a cool head, try to keep a sound mind. You don't care what they may say, because you know that Jesus is the only way. So you stop doing this and you stop doing that. You used to be fun before the party was done. You got the staff of the tribe of Judah in your hand. All you got is milk and honey flowing through your land. So I look at you, and what do I see? I see my reflection looking back at me. And I ask myself, am I wasting my time? But even Jesus turned a little water into wine. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, ran all your friends away. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, all you ever had to say. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, only thing on your mind. Too much Jesus, not enough whiskey, so don't go sitting around crying.
There will be bad days. Be calm. Loosen your grip, opening each palm slowly now. Let go. Be confident. Know that now is only a moment, and that if today is as bad as it gets, understand that by tomorrow, today will have ended. Be gracious. Accept each extended hand offered to pull you back from the somewhere you cannot escape. Be diligent. Scrape the gray sky clean. Realize every dark cloud is a smokescreen meant to blind us from the truth, and the truth is, whether we see them or not, the sun and moon are still there, and always there is light. Be forthright. Despite your instinct to say it's all right, I'm okay. Be honest. Say how you feel, without fear or guilt, without remorse or complexity. Be lucid in your explanation. Be sterling in your repose. If you think for 1 second no one knows what you've been going through, be accepting of the fact that you are wrong. That the long drawn and heavy breaths of despair have at times been felt by everyone. That pain is part of the human condition, and that alone makes you legion. We hungry underdogs, we risers with dawn, we dismissers of odds, we pressers of on. We will station ourselves to the calm, we will hold ourselves to the steady. Be ready, player one. Life is gonna come at you armed with hard times and tough choices. Your voice is your weapon, your thoughts ammunition. There are no free extra men. Be aware, the instant now passes, it exists now as then. So be a mirror, reflecting yourself back, remembering the times when you thought all of this was too hard and that you'd never make it through. Remember the times you could have pressed quit, but you hit continue. Be forgiving. Living with the burden of anger is not living. Giving your focus to wrath will leave your entire self absent of what you need. Love and hate are beasts, and the one that grows is the one you feed. Be persistent. Be the weed growing through the cracks in the cement, beautiful. Because it doesn't know it's not supposed to grow there. Be resolute. Declare what you accept as true in a way that envisions the resolve with which you accept it. If you are having a good day, be considerate. A simple smile could be the first aid kit that someone has been looking for. If you believe with absolute honesty that you're doing everything you can, do more. There will be bad days. Times when the world weighs on you for so long it leaves you looking for an easy way out. There will be moments when the drop of joy seems unending. Instances spent pretending that everything's alright when it so clearly is not. Check your blind spot. See that love is still there. Every nightmare has a beginning, but every bad day has an end. Ignore what others have called you. I'm calling you friend. Everyone knows pain, but we are not meant to carry it forever. We're never meant to hold it so closely. So be certain in the belief that what pain belongs to now will belong soon to them. That's when someone asks you, how was your day? Realize that for some of us, it's the only way we know how to say, be calm. Loosen your grip, opening each palm slowly now. Let go.
Try
road with the lorries rolling by. Blue moon sinking from the weight of the load, and the buildings scrape the sky. Cold wind ripping down the alley at dawn, and the morning paper flies. Dead man lying by the side of the road with the daylight in his eyes. Don't let it bring you down, it's only castles burning. Find someone who's turning, and you will come around. Blind man running through the light of the night with an answer in his hand. Come on down to the river of sight and you can really understand. Red lights flashing through the window in the rain. Can you hear the sirens moan? White cane lying in a gutter in the lane. If you're walking home alone, don't let it bring you down, it's only castles burning. Find someone who's turning, and you will come around. Don't let it bring you down, it's only castles burning. Just find someone who's turning, and you will come around.
Hey guys, we're back again. So we joke around a lot on this show, and we love to do that. And I think it's really important to keep things light and to remember not to take ourselves and everything too seriously. But I also understand that the reality of the situation is really big. And for a lot of people, it's really, 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 really hard. And there are people all across the world who have lost loved ones and who are dealing with challenges that a lot of us have never had to face in our lifetimes thus far. And I just wanted to say, we support you and we hear you, and yeah, and we're all in this together. And I hope that everybody is getting as much support as possible, and that everybody gets through this as easy as they possibly can. And this will end at some point. Things will change, and as a perfect segue, this song playing in the background is an Oscar Peterson track called We Will Be Together Again, because damn it, we will. And yeah, take care of yourselves, take care of each other.
Yeah, definitely. It's important, I think, to take a moment and acknowledge, not only the people, as we said in the last segment, who are doing the great work for everybody, but the people that are also suffering because of their family or their own health, and people in their community. So just definitely a shout out to all those people amidst a bit of the comedy we've also been squeezing in the set today. I think there's a really beautiful thing actually about comedy in bad times. I think that it can really be helpful and really help people not only in the moment, but it's just sort of like a natural human thing. And there's actually a great documentary called The Dangerous World of Comedy about this, and it talks about people in like war zones, or people after Ebola in Liberia specifically, and how that gave rise to a stand-up comedy scene because they couldn't get outside entertainment and they had to find some way of coming together after the crisis while they were under quarantine.
I think that something that is really clear throughout all of time is that as much as terrible, terrible things will happen, people are really resilient, and they will fight to connect with each other, and they will fight to make art and make music. And there are some really incredible acts of support that come out when things go down. And it has been really heartening, as much as it's been difficult to see everybody coming together and supporting each other. So it's an and, not an or, you know? It's bad, and there are these silver linings, and it's a reminder that you're not alone, and yeah, we're all together in this.
Some of those silver linings from the last set too, because I didn't get to mention those yet, was the Jackie Treehorn tune called Paint a Pretty Picture of Your Friend and Call Him Jesus. I think the title's called Paint a Pretty Picture, but I just love the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then we heard Too Much Jesus, Not Enough Whiskey by Garton, which is, don't worry, if you were offended by that, we're specifically referring to the ability of alcohol to be able to kill viruses. That's all we're saying.
For cleaning purposes.
No, maybe that's all we're saying. Anyways, and then we heard Shayne, Koyczan, and friends at ArtsWells with Corwin Fox and some other awesome performers with a beautiful piece entitled For a Bad Day. It's called Preparation for a Bad Day, Instructions for a Bad Day, pardon me. And then after that, we heard Rae Spoon with Try Again at Everything. Which was a live So Far performance from the So Far performance series. And Try Again at Everything may be simply a reference to doing everything in your house 10 times, or may also be a reference to trying at, when everything starts up again, we're going to have to be back to being normal too, because there's lots of good things that we do on the regular, and we're probably appreciating them a bit more now.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had Neil Young there with Don't Let It Bring You Down.
That's just good advice.
And we got Geoff Berner here taking over.
And he's in one of those big plastic bubbles, and he's entered our studio here at Co-op Radio, 100.5 FM. Keep listening. Thanks, Geoff. Take it away.
What I made up about a part of the culture and people's brains now, wherein people know shit's falling apart, not working so good, collapsing perhaps, and they think, oh yeah, well, billions will die, but probably not me because I've been camping a lot and I'll probably be able to figure it out. So that's what this song's about. You survivalists with your funny little shopping lists. Oh, believe me, I get the gist of your point of view. You think the rest of us are just zombies with brains full of pus. Well, this pushead wants to make a fuss and sing a song to you. Do, 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 do. Like your ancestor Gilligan did. You don't mind if you find yourself rid of people like me, we who never learned to change no tires, never rubbed two sticks to make fires, never wanted to do dentistry with pliers. How silly are we? You will live off the land, of course. This land that was never yours, that the government cleared for you by force, you independent man. No one to tell you when your poetry smells, no one to help you with your dried up wells. Who will you call when your prostate swells? I guess you'll do what you can. And you might outlive me, but you know it's strange when the seasons fail to change within a predictable range. Oh, but that's a lie. At the failure of the fourth harvest, you're gonna starve to death unless, terribly sorry, there is no unless. You're just going to die, and you know that's not the worst. You're gonna have to watch your kids go first. In their eyes, a silent curse and a question, why, Daddy? Why, Daddy? Why? At the time of calamity, you cut yourself off from humanity. It wasn't John Wayne vanity. Oh no, that can't be true. Oh, you survivalists, with your funny little shopping lists, with the remaining time that exists, I'll sing a song to you.
After 10 days in the gutter, what's one more down the drain? After 10 stems, I don't get my own name. I take another ride on that anarchy train. You're doing something wrong if it doesn't leave you just a little ashamed. Hey, you're wrong about this one. Threw down on that first hand, and now it's gone to your head. One more down the drain. Strap yourself in tight. You flew off the deep end. At least that's what they said. Well, I put you in my back pocket for later, so I don't tear down these walls. Another hole in my head, my heart. What do you want from me? Hey, you're wrong about this one. Threw out on that first hand, and now it's gone through your head. One more down the drain. Strap yourself in tight. You flew off the deep end. At least that's what they said. When I feel the gears turn, I see the clock tick. I look into the light when inspiration hits. My soul is to breathe, to feed, to grow. My heart spits fire, not again. I don't wanna know. This one flew down on that first hand, and now it's gone through your head. One more down the drain. Strap yourself in tight. You flew off the deep end. At least that's what they say.
We're back. This is No Apologies Necessary once again. Geoff Berner has made his exit in his giant hamster wheel and is rolling merrily down the street into the sunset.
Hermetically sealed hamster wheel.
Yes, of course, yes. He can breathe somehow. It's a great mystery. Science.
I think the accordion's doing the breathing for him. It's actually a respirator accordion.
There you go. Yeah, that's
why they have
new technology, yeah. Accordions. Accordions for the future.
Accordions will save humanity. No one ever saw it coming.
Shout out to Rowan, who I think would agree with us.
Yeah, Accordion Noir, I'm sure, will either be on later tonight with a new episode or perhaps a repeat. But Accordion Noir, one of my favorite shows on Co-op Radio, is on every Wednesday night. So.
Yeah, get some squeeze box time. So we heard from Geoff Berner with Survivalist, and we heard from the Staggers and Jaggs with Down the Drain.
Definitely something to think about as you're washing your hands and our collective economy down the drain.
Dark moment.
Dark moment. I wasn't that fond of a lot of our economy, actually, so...
I mean, it's fair.
It was doing some things that weren't so productive.
For the rest of us that also, you know, the group of us anyways that don't necessarily have a lot of assets, this is our moment to shine.
In other words, the listeners of Co-op Radio.
Hey!
Our moment to shine. And the diminished output of economies is doing nice things, like getting killer whales swimming up Indian Arm for the first time in decades.
That's really amazing.
Yeah, because there was less shipping containers going to Kinder Morgan pipeline plant there in Burnaby and other shipping containers.
Shocking that whales like to hang out where there aren't any boats.
Yeah, giant noisy boats bashing them in the heads.
Just picturing these poor whales just being like,
trying desperately to argue with Andrew Scheer and Jason Kenney.
And they just don't understand.
Yeah.
Well,
they really don't.
Really went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there. We were talking about washing your hands is a great thing to do. Washing your hands is a great thing to do. But what are some other things to do while you're stuck at home, especially if you're stuck at home by yourself? Because some of us are with our families or our partners or whatever, but some of us, like myself, are just hanging out solo.
I say read books. I don't know, make something creative, find a creative outlet, and also do some form of exercise. Whether it's yoga, or if you can go for a walk. Stuff like that helps me out personally.
Yeah, I mean, also, I'm not huge with being on a screen for lots of hours at a time, but I'm also in the middle of sort of an introvert-extrovert type, and I definitely need my people time. And there are a lot of really creative ways to interact with other people online. I just discovered that you can play Cards Against Humanity with your friends over voice call. If you look that up, there is also this weird thing with Facebook Messenger where you can play video games with your friends where your faces are in them, and you can eat hamburgers and your face gets really chubby. And there are a lot of weird creative things. Make art. Now is a great time. If you are the kind of person who's thought, oh, I want to be an artist, but I'm terrified of this whole thing and I don't have time. Well, now you have time and no one can see you.
And the last most important thing to do is to listen to the people that know stuff, like medical authorities and doctors. Don't listen to me or Jim Bob or Jenna. Listen to people that are professionals and heed their advice so we can help out people in our community around us. And we're going to leave you with a tune called I Don't Believe from Corwin Fox live at ArtsWells a couple years back. And it's, just be skeptical. Get out there and take care of each other. There's no apology necessary. CFRO 100.5 FM Co-op Radio.
We'll see you next week.
I don't believe what I need, what I need, what I need. I don't believe what I see, what I see, what I see. I don't believe what I read, what I read, what I read. I don't believe. High on a mountain, bustle below, hard to distinguish living fast. I don't believe, I don't believe what I read, what I read, what I read. I don't believe. I don't believe shadow the valley rolling along, hard to distinguish, killing right and living wrong. I don't believe, I don't believe what I need, what I need, what I need. I don't believe, I don't believe what I see, what I see, what I see. I don't believe, I don't believe what